Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Audiotree Live. It is May 9th, 2023, and I'm your host, Fingy. Please make sure you subscribe to this channel because if you can give me a reason why you wouldn't, I would love to know. But quite frankly, I don't believe you have one. Leave it down below if you feel differently. Anyways, whatever goes down here is going up everywhere else. We're talking Spotify. We're talking YouTube Music. We're talking Tidal. We're talking Apple Music. Anywhere where you tap in, these people will be. So if you want to re-listen on the go, you're driving, you're walking, you're moving, you're jiving, we will be there. But without further ado, I'm so stoked to present the Mexican-American triple threat singer, songwriter, producer, and a great chat. We got Jackie Mendoza in the building.
Te incomoda ser tú mismo. Me lastima verte así, tan despedazado. Eres un espejo de mi futuro y de mi pasado. Nubes se rompen pedacitos. Te veo perdiendo el ritmo. Trastornos de equilibrio. Hecho pedacitos. No sabes lo que te mereces. Es más simple de lo que parece. No sabes lo que te mereces. Es más simple de lo que parece. Tu valor es más que el oro, más alto que los rascacielos. Si lo niegas y te caes, puedo ser tu red de seguridad. Puedes dormir en paz, puedo ver tus lágrimas. Puedes desecharlas, enterrar tus pecados en la tierra. Romper las cadenas en pedacitos. Te incomoda ser tú mismo. No sabes lo que te mereces. Es más simple de lo que pareces. No sabes lo que te mereces. Es más simple de lo que parece. No sabes lo que te mereces. Es más simple de lo que te merece. No sabes lo que te mereces. Es más simple de lo que parece.
Beautiful, beautiful. First off, I gotta say, I'm upset that I wasn't in the neon loop. I would have totally come prepared. Down, we got the instruments, we have the eye makeup, even the nails. That was respect. Did you guys like go out together and do the whole thing, or it's just you guys are synced up and you knew, oh, you're wearing neon, I'm wearing neon?
I'm kind of a neon freak, so I I kind of tell everyone to like add a little neon touch. And then me and Laura just got this bass for Christmas. We got it to ourselves.
Oh, beautiful. And that's a 5-string. Are you used to 5-string?
No, it's the first time.
Oh.
First time I play a 5-string.
That's so cool. How do you what's different about it? How are you playing it
I
differently?
mean, it's one more string than the regular basses.
This is true.
It's a little thicker, but you get used to it.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Well, you know, what's so cool about instruments, right, is that it's just a vessel to output your creativity. And the way you approach writing a song on a bass is totally different from a piano, which is totally different from drums, which is totally different from the ukulele, which you are completely reinventing, might I say. I wanted to know what draws you towards that instrument of choice, and why is it for you your usual way in creating song?
Mm-hmm. Well, I started singing in like middle school, and I started writing songs, but I would just sing them a cappella because I didn't know any instruments. And then I wanted to learn an instrument, and that was the first one I kind of came across. And so I started learning on YouTube, like learning through tutorials. And that's how I started writing songs, just using the ukulele. And then I took guitar lessons and started picking up other instruments, but I just stuck with the ukulele. And as soon as I knew I could use effects and run it through pedals, that excited me a lot. And so I've just stuck with it.
Yeah. Okay, maybe I'm projecting, but was one of the first songs you learned on the ukulele either I'm Yours by Jason Mraz or Somewhere Over the Rainbow?
I definitely learned I'm yours, which is really embarrassing. But honestly, I did.
Bro, it's that C, F, A minor, G that just...
And I remember it was like that song that's like, crazy train on the main, on the left side brain. Totally. I forgot what song that is, but I remember learning that one too.
Yeah, no, I think I would use like uku tabs or whatever all the time. And that was always like the first, like everyone's learning this right now. And I was like, I feel like I should be learning this song. Yeah. But I didn't, so maybe you can teach me another time. That's so funny. No, but also like you said, like running it through the pedals, like bending sound and whatnot is so liberating in expressing that like sonic ability of the ukulele. Mm-hmm. And I know I read somewhere that to kind of get you out of your stiffness of like musical creation, once you stepped into Ableton in like 2014 or something, you were really allowed to just explode and expand. Yes. And I just want to know more about that process and what that was like for you, going from playing in a live band to then just figuring out how to make your sound mesh however you wanted it to.
Mm-hmm. Well, at first I would just like spend hours and hours on Ableton recording myself and putting effects on the ukulele and my voice and making beats. Yeah. Like I could stay up just till the sun rose doing that. And I love so many genres of music, different genres. So I just wanted to mix all of the things I love together. And I have a musical theater background too. So I kind of wanted to add that storytelling element. And now I felt like I could even like tell stories with the production and the sound design. Mm-hmm. So that excited me. And I just love experimenting and not sticking to one thing.
Yeah. And I know I also read somewhere that like you were critiqued by your bandmates because you were singing like you were in Broadway. And I'm like, okay, the musical theater, that makes sense. Has that also shifted as well, like the way in which you record? Because when you're performing, you're projecting and you have to have a certain, stature versus if you're recording in your bedroom, you get a little quieter, it's a little more intimate. Where have you kind of found your vocals shift during this time?
Oh, that's something I have found. I've learned so much just recording myself, and I used to just belt all the time, and it wasn't until I started recording myself that I realized I could sing like very lightly and just change the dynamics of my voice, and that's something I learned over time. But when I was like in a shoegaze dream pop band and my bandmates were like, you're not supposed to sound like you're on Broadway. You're supposed to sing like very washy and dreamy. And I was like, I am singing dreamy.
Like, what do you know?
Dreamy to me was something different.
Yeah, no, literally, that's awesome. And I also, I heard you were saying something about how you, when it comes to songwriting, the pop structure is something that always you come back to, and you just were saying how, you have a lot of influences. What is it about that like vocal pop structure that just like toots your horn?
I don't know. I like listening to pop music, and since like all the other elements are kind of abstract, and like I love techno too, so I love including that on there, but to me, at the end of the day, like the pop structure is what makes sense to me to make. And it kind of like wraps it all up in this kind of tighter, way.
Yeah. And I think that's a cool juxtaposition. You're saying how you like a lot of things, and clearly your music is really sonically experimental. So being able to kind of wish and wash and throw, but then have those vocals ride down the middle and something that's just like recognizable to everybody. It's a good life hack. I'll keep it on the low though. I won't tell anybody that's how you do it. But with that being said, let's get into a couple more songs.
Okay.
was Mousetrap, yeah? Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I read something that made me very happy because I read that when you were making this song, you know, as you were playing with the sonics, it felt as if it was almost this type of mousetrap, which then prompted you to write about, you know, navigating certain things in your life that felt as if you're in a mousetrap, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the whole song started with a trap beat.
Yeah.
And, you know, you always name demos just like the dumbest things. And I named it Mousetrap because it was a trap beat. But then it just painted this whole picture in my mind, like, oh, Mousetrap. And then I was like going through a hard time, like in a past relationship. And it just became this whole story. And I just built the song around this. And then the music video just played off of that Mousetrap imagery. And our friend Karina Cervantes from Ensenada, she did the animations for it. And yeah, it just started off with the demo name. And
That's always, no, I love hearing that because, you know, I make music, my friends make music all the time, and we're always just putting some cluster word together to figure it out. So I'm so glad that like that actually prompted literally down to like an animation. Like that's super raw. So I want to commend you for that. But I know you outwardly express you make music for your people, for the Lag community, Hispanic community, queer community. But do you ever find yourself in a situation where the industry, whether it's labels, publications, or even listeners, try to then fit you into that box or one of those boxes?
That's kind of been a not issue, but kind of weird to navigate kind of what genre people can fit me into or what category, because I feel like it doesn't really exist. It could just, like you could put me in Latin pop, but then I feel like I don't sound like anyone else in that category. Yeah. Experimental, I don't think it's as experimental as other people in that category. Yeah. Or I guess it could be like electronic music. But now we're kind of like a psych pop band sounding type. Yeah, so it's kind of weird. But I like that. It's not really easy to categorize it.
Yeah. No, right when you start thinking it's something, you catch up with yourself and it's something new. Yeah. Are there any ways like of intention that you put behind, you know, trying to get your music to the right people? Because I know, you know, as you navigate the industry, as you navigate, you know, distributing your art, you want to make sure it hits the hearts that it actually resonates in. And this will resonate so much deeper with people, certain people, rather than some other random person walking down the street. So are there any ways, whether it comes from, you know, either your team or down to the distribution you use, or any way in which you have an influence in making sure your art and your message is directed towards the people that you desire it to go to?
I've just been really honest with the music I write and how I present myself. And I kind of just want it to get to the people that kind of feel it, or like right off the bat get the message, or they just like the sound makes them feel a certain way. And it's not really directed towards specifically like Mexican American queer people, because that would just be a very small amount of people. It's just people that like hearing different things and that like, you know, hearing new music. Yeah. A fresh sound, I guess.
Yeah, beautiful. And you've mentioned before that growing up, you didn't really have those people to kind of look up to. You didn't have Latin, Mexican, American artists, queer artists that you could be like, whoa, like this is something I can work towards. So I know it was very important for you to be that role model for other people, which is very commendable. But I was wondering now, as you've aged and you've been immersed into the scenes and the communities of music, have you made peers, colleagues, or found other artists that you now can see yourself within?
Yeah, totally. I toured with Helado Negro a few years ago, and he is someone I look up to. His career, his music, and he's someone that I still kind of look up to in the music world. But as I've gotten older, I've also found other musicians that are kind of doing a similar thing that I'm doing, like Lido Pimienta, Juana Molina. They're not someone that you could just like fit into like this like specific category. They're just like very strong women, Latino women who are making awesome music.
Yeah, and I assume that's influenced a bit of your musical production at this point?
Yes, totally.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, well, that being said, take notes and start searching these people up because we have music to listen to beyond you.
Yeah.
But with that, let's wrap it on up. Yeah?
Okay.
Cool.
No sé qué hacer con todo el chisme en el party. No caras de eso, sé que te encanta. Hasta con pandemia no te quedas en tu casa. Para de gritar, solo porque no aguanto más de las 3 de la mañana. Me prometí que nunca haría estas drogas. Y qué suerte que nunca se acaba. Aquí vamos de vuelta. Cada revelación merece un redentor. Y qué suerte que nunca se acaba. Aquí vamos de vuelta. Cada reventón es una revelación. No sé qué hacer con todo el chisme en el party. Bocadas de eso, sé que te encanta. Hasta con pandemia no te quedas en tu casa. Para de gritar, solo porque no aguanto más de las 3 de la mañana. Me prometí que nunca haría estas drogas. ¿Quién es ella? Salió de la pared. ¿Y quién soy yo? No soy la misma de ayer. Pasamos por etapas, disfraz nuevo en cada escena. Lo único constante es tu amor por el drama. Y qué suerte que nunca se acaba. Aquí vamos de vuelta. Cada reventón es una revelación. Y qué suerte que nunca se acaba. Aquí vamos de vuelta. Cada reventón es una revelación. Revelación. No sé qué hacer con todo el chisme en el party. No cares de eso, sé que te encanta. Hasta con pandemia no te quedas en tu casa. Para de gritar, solo porque no aguanto más de las 3 de la mañana. Te prometí que nunca haría estas drogas. Estas drogas, estas drogas. ¿Quién te dijo que no hay lugar aquí para tus palabras, tus anhelos espaciales? ¿Y quién te dijo que tienes que ser
so much, Jackie and Laura Wankala, for being here. You guys are amazing. Thank you to our crew for getting this done. We cannot do it without you. And thank y'all for watching. We can't do it without y'all either. It takes a village. So by the time y'all watch this, it's already on streaming services. So tap back in, listen, and run it because, come on, it was amazing. And make sure you subscribe to us if you can. That'd be very helpful. But until next time, I'm Fingy. Thank you for watching.
All right, so you guys want to do it for real now?